occurred in Gaza, was to say, we are pulling our troops from the Al-Aqsa Mosque. We are not going to beat the shit out of Muslims who are just there to do prayer. Okay? And we are going to pull out, and we are going to put a moratorium on the evictions process on the Palestinians living in Sheikh Jarrah. That's all they needed to do. That is the ethical, utilitarian way of dealing with this process. But instead, they were like, yeah, fuck no, that's not happening. And then Hamas fired rockets, and then they fired a fuckload more rockets. If you ask who strike first, I'm describing it to you.
Netanyahu. This is not about Likud. Gantz is not a member of Likud. There's widespread Israeli sentiment.
Like, exercise fucking restraint. De-escalate in every situation.
Sentiment, as there would be in the United States, that if Democrat or Republican, there were hundreds of rockets falling on San Diego from Mexico, there would be a widespread sentiment the United States government needs to go in and pacify the folks who are doing that. Well, the same thing is...
So Hamas striked first? If you don't... Okay, I'm sick and tired of this fucking idiotic thing that most people can't comprehend. Do you or do you not consider using your fucking military police force beating the shit out of fucking people who are literally either A, peacefully protesting the evictions of other Palestinians from their homes, okay? Or Muslims that are praying on their fucking holy day in the month of Ramadan. Do you not consider that a strike? Like, what are Palestinians supposed to do, bro? They just supposed to get fucking beaten up and gassed in their own goddamn mosque? Like, that's crazy, dude. Do you not consider that to be a fucking strike? And that is also on top of, and thousands of rockets was the answer? No, that's not the fucking answer. I'm not saying that's the answer, you fucking idiot. But it's always fucking Teflon-made fucking rockets from Hamas being retaliated on when you have a defense system such as the Iron Dome, but being retaliated on with like fucking brutal, endless bombing campaigns that kill civilians that you've locked into their fucking homes, okay? And it's justifiable to fucking gas the shit out of and even murder people that are throwing stones, peacefully throwing stones. What are you supposed to do if you're going to your mosque to fucking pray and a brutal military occupation that prevents you from doing so is fucking you over? What are you supposed to do? Roll and take it? Come fuck me, sir. Please, come murder me and my family. Evict me from my fucking home. It's so stupid. You literally think a slap is supposed to be met by the execution of all of your fucking family members, dude, and all the people that you've ever known. God damn, dude. Like, if you consider how holy shit you are one-sided, no, you're a fucking brain-dead delusional ape. That's the problem. With zero fucking sympathy. Actually, I can't even say ape. Apes would demonstrate a little bit more fucking sympathy towards other apes. You, on the other hand, cannot, because you don't see Palestinians as human beings. If you think a fucking rock, okay? If you think a rock, when cops are literally coming in and stopping you from entering your own fucking hall of prayer, okay? If you think throwing a rock at a fucking cop that has literally all of the military equipment that you can imagine with Uzis and shit justifies literally using an Uzi, then what do you think using an Uzi justifies? If Hamas or Palestinian people actually operated like the Israeli government did, then they would be nuking Israel. Like, if Hamas had the fucking capability, or Palestinians had the capability of escalating to the same fucking point that Israel escalates against Palestinian people in general, then they would be nuking Israel, okay? But they can't. And luckily they can't. Luckily they have no access to this. But that's so dumb. You can't literally just be like, oh, it's actually justifiable to fucking gas people in their mosques because there were people outside who were defending themselves and like fucking throwing rocks at cops. They didn't use gunfire and the Palestinians were in the mosque before the police came in. What the fuck? You fucking cocksucker. What do you mean they were in the mosque? So you just, as the cops, you're supposed to go into wherever the fucking Palestinians are and kick them out? You stupid fuck. What is this? I'm done. I can't have this conversation anymore. We're moving on from this. We're done. We're moving on from this. That's fucking insane. Just stating facts. Yeah, I hope that you and your family get treated like the IDF treats Palestinian people one day. Only then, you fucking animal, will you understand. Oh, that's a threat, right? That's a bannable offense, right? But I thought it was totally fine what the IDF was doing to the Palestinian people. But oh, when it turns on you, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's a threat. If you recognize that that's a threat, then you fucking recognize the unjustifiable actions that the IDF takes against fucking Palestinian people every goddamn day. You stupid fuck. I hope you are robbed of your fucking home and forcibly removed from your fucking home. Your family and everyone you know treated like fucking animals by a much more powerful fucking military. Much more powerful military force that has the backing of the world's most powerful military force. And they lock you in a fucking open air prison and bomb you every fucking day and kill your family members with those bombs and then turn around in the media and say, sorry, you were just in the way. Your parents were in the way, dude. Because that's what's happening every day. If you think that that's normal and that's justifiable, then you should understand that what I'm saying is normal and justifiable. Sorry, I can't believe I said treated like animals. Except it wasn't, they don't treat animals this way because, you know, the IDF is vegan. I'm looking for other shit to look at. Anyway, here. If Palestine had the power of Israel and retaliated as hard as they did, they would nuke them. That makes no sense because that would imply Israel is nuking Palestine. No, dumbass. What I'm saying is Israel retaliates with ongoing endless bombing campaigns to rocket fire from Hamas. Okay, rocket fire that can't even fucking reach anywhere in Israel because of the Iron Dome system. So that escalation on Israel's side, if Hamas had the fucking power, that would be the equivalent of a fucking nuke. The escalation, if that escalating factor was comparable. I love the motherfuckers who are like, it's 90% effective. What is 90% effective at like stopping oncoming rocket fire? It is literally a marvel. And it's a good thing that it exists, by the way. Okay, everyone is, people are just like looking to fucking trigger me now that like, you know, cat's out of the bag. I'm getting actually personally mad. Especially when I have like literal fucking morons in the chat who are like long-term community members even that come in, that crawl out of the fucking woodwork. I understand that Israel's action is way over the top and destroyed thousands of Palestinians' lives, but what would have been a proper reaction for being attacked with rockets? I already fucking told you. The first way to fucking prevent it would have been to pull the fucking troops out from Al-Aqsa, okay? And then secondly, the best way to deal with fucking oncoming rocket fire is, one, pull the troops out of Al-Aqsa and not fucking bomb civilians in Gaza. What is this? As black people, why should we care about the Middle East?
As a black person, someone just asked me, as a black person, why should we even care about what's going on in the Middle East, what's happening to the Arabs and to the people in Syria?
I'm running a
right
fucking
now,
ad too.
When we don't even have our basic rights here in America as black people. And I told him, for those reasons, is why we should be standing with them, because it starts and stops here. And whether you know it or not, and whether you like it or not, your tax dollars fund their destruction. It starts and stops here. This is why we should be the loudest ones out here right now, because it starts and stops here. We should be out here in front of these government buildings demanding that they pull us out of the Middle East, demanding that they stop putting our CIA in these coups, demanding our rights for our fellow humans. It starts and stops here. And until we stop it here, nobody is going to be free. This is why I stand with my people. And if these Americans claim Israel should have this land, right is right and wrong is wrong, they should be the first ones opening up their doors, giving up their acres to the natives of this land. And if they are not doing that, then I don't want to hear damn thing about it. I stand for my fellow humans, no matter the color or how far your borders are. I stand with my people, and you should too.
Dude, I want to ban everyone who keeps fucking... Did you happen to watch Pokemon's birthday hot tub stream last night? No. Okay. I want to know if there is a fucking new here. Bernie Sanders wrote an op-ed. Bernie Sanders wrote an op-ed on. Oh my god, dude! Immediately, chest like, oh, you're no longer covering this. Here, watch this fucking theory video. No, we're not gonna do that. Bernie Sanders wrote an op-ed, of course, recognizing the humanity of Palestinians, which is a big no-no. And Alan Dershowitz was there to say that Bernie Sanders is a fake Jew. Here it is.
The social media supporting Hamas, the New York Times supporting Hamas, and it sends a very powerful message. Do it again. Kill children, kill civilians.
Dude, but that's like what Israel's doing, man.
Attack, commit war crimes. You'll prevail on this because of the anti-Semitism that stimulates so much of this. And you can be a Jew and an anti-Semite. Biden has made some strong statements positively, and I commend.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This photo, dude. You know, love to see the Friends of the Epstein Foundation get together, you know? Either they're advocates for what fucking Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot condemned for promoting peace in the Middle East.
Him for that, but Bernie Sanders, who's Jewish, is a self-hating Jew. A self-hating Jew who is willing to see Israel be defeated militarily by a terrorist group because he's on the hard left, and he has.
Yeah. Not being critical of Israel, like saying that all Jews, all real Jews, have to offer unconditional support to Israel is literally anti-Semitic. Okay? Assuming that like all Jews have loyalty to Israel is straight up anti-Semitic. It is called dual loyalty. Okay? So ironically, what Alan Dershowitz is doing here while saying Bernie is anti-Semitic is literally actually anti-Semitic. That like all Jews are a monolith and that they all have to offer unconditional support to Israel, no matter what Israel does, is ironically anti-Semitic. Would it be correct to immediately stop a conversation when someone drops the self-hating Jew? Yes. Idiot chatter logic. A gang member shoots a cop, so the cops are 100% justified in burning down an entire city block since the gang member might live there. Listen to yourselves, you morons. Yeah. Anyway. What is this? Someone said, okay, I'm moving away from this. 4 more kids were just killed in Gaza after IDF airstrikes. Why Russia and China does not help Palestine? Because no one gives a fuck about Muslims, dude. What are you, crazy? No one cares about Palestinians. Like, that's just the truth. Why would China give a fuck? China literally, like, does not... They just don't care. Like, China straight up fucking... China literally posted... the Chinese, like, paper posted a... what do you call it? Oh, the fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene thing we were going to watch. China posted an infographic. Like, the Chinese national paper posted an infographic that was, like, literally doing the both sides thing. Just to hedge against America, he meant, not out of principle. They probably, I mean, they do trade, right? Nobody cares because all Muslims, not all Muslims are terrorists, but all terrorists are Muslims. What? You are a sick freak. You fucking dog. Following since 25 minutes ago. All terrorists are Muslims. What the fuck? Dude, that is like... Bro, it just feels like fucking immediate aftermath of like post 9/11 America right now. He must be Indian. That's a typical Indian take. Really?
Open it up and you whisper
Confession
into her.
Session.
This is confession. This is Ocasio confession right there. What?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I'm an American citizen. I pay your salary through the taxes that you collect from me through the IRS because I'm a tax-paying citizen of the United States. I'm a woman, I'm a female business owner, and I'm proud to be an American woman. And I do not support your socialist policies, and I do not support your murderous abortion policies. As a mother of 3 children, I'm appalled at New York's law for abortion, and it needs to end, and it needs to stop now. You're bringing God's judgment on our country, and I'm against it, as well as my friends. So you need to stop being a baby and stop locking your door and come out and face the American citizens that you serve. If you want to be a big girl, you need to get rid of your diaper and come out and be able to talk to the American citizens instead of us having to use a flap, a little flap.
It's kind of like her. She's kind
Sad.
of flappy. She's like, she keeps flapping her gums. This
Oh,
is like,
flappy, flappy.
Yeah. Okay, well, each one of
This
us-
is like child games.
This is child.
Session.
Dude, why the fuck would anyone open the door for you? Like, you fucking freak. Why would anyone open the door for you? God, Americans are so entitled, dude. That guy's now in jail for January 6th. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? Like, it's just like so annoying where people are just like, sorry, you have to make time for me right now. It's like, no. How about fucking no? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking freak. Get the fuck out of here, you ugly ass, looking like an Attack on Titan ass psychopath. Go do some fucking burpees in your goddamn hotel gym, you sick freak. Okay? Sorry. You need to make time for me right now. Why? Because I don't know. I'm just an American woman and a business owner. Straight up. She literally looks like a Titan. Among Green's associates with her is Anthony Aguero, who was among the Capitol mob. Green's companions say into the mailbox slot of the locked door, you can't stay in there forever. Come out and play. That's crazy. Like, I didn't realize you were a constituent of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you sick fuck. But also, tell me she does not look like a fucking, I said Marjorie Titan Green looking ass, but tell me she does not look like a Titan. I mean, literally, like, this fucking freak comes knocking down my door, dude. I'm absolutely not opening the door.
Hello there.
Hello. Hashtag where's AOC? I hear you in there.
I hear you in there. Dude, how, like, these guys are live streaming it too. It's like, you think this makes you look normal? You are behaving like zombies, dude. Like, you are behaving like brainless fucking zombies. Why would anyone open the door to you sick fucks?
It's hide and seek.
And by the way, this is an older video. For those of you who don't know, you're saying like this is workplace harassment. No, Marjorie at this point was just regular QAnon and not a QAnon in Congress.
Huh?
Hide and seek.
It's hide and seek. Tag, you're it. Guess what? You can't stay in there forever. Can you come out and play? Let's go.
All right, so we were again.
Dude, try to be more villainous, dude. This is hilarious, dude. This is so fucking creepy, dude. Hassan is a racist fuck. Peace. What is Hassan saying? Hello? Sooner or later, Hassan will be canceled. They should talk to IS. What is Hassan saying? Hello? Over 2,000 have dead from family reports after vax on CDC website. Idiot.
Yes, she got the message before we came here. Because if you want to come to visit the socialist, communist,
You're a very good artist.
I'm just trying to decorate, you know?
This is her book where we sign it.
This is her signing book, and I'm just signing it.
immature child.
Yeah. Should we draw a wall?
Yeah,
Let's draw a wall. Where's it? Is there another pen?
Bro, is she drunk? I mean, she's got to be sipping hard on something. Like, she sounds zooted, right? Like, this is not a person who is literally fucking... A person who has, like, their mental faculties in order do not behave this way.
We really want to draw a wall. So let's draw what a wall looks like, everybody. This is a wall.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
AOC, you're so childish here. I'm literally going to draw a wall with my crayons. What a psycho, dude. What an absolute fucking psycho. Matt Gaetz caught snorting blow with an escort? Shut up. Matt Gaetz snorted cocaine with an escort in an Orlando hotel room after he gave her a keynote at GOP. Damn it, dude. That just makes him sound cool, okay? That's not like... What, a no-show government job? Okay, that's sick, though. Like, that's actually cool. I mean, especially if it's like a consenting adult, then yeah, who gives a fuck? Who got a like cushy gig out of it too? Nah, reports say they did it with teens in the room. Okay, that's fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind. Spoke too soon. Megan Zelanka is that she turned her relationship with Greenberg into a taxpayer-funded no-show job that earned her an estimated $7,000 to $17,000, according to 3 sources. It says 15 young women. What the fuck? Oh, one-time wingman will identify escort to investigators as one of more than 15 young women. Wait, hold on. They're saying young women. They would say underage. No. They would never say just young women. They would say underage minors or whatever. Straight up. That's just that's like a way to misdirect. But you think the Daily Beast would fucking bury the lead like that? Fuck no. It would have been literally all over this article if any of them were underage. They just mean like under 20 or like around 20. But definitely over 18. There's no shot. That doesn't mean that Matt Gaetz did not traffic or participate in the trafficking of underage women, by the way. Underage girls, sex trafficking of minors. He may or may not have done that. That was the original investigation. But this part of the story will... I guess this part of the story will make like liberals be like, oh, you're such a hypocrite. But like, that's true. But read the plea deal for Greenberg. He got 63 as his deal. It's fucking rough what he's getting sentenced for. They haven't gotten to the part where he talks about Gaetz yet. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying this part of the bombshell is not as big as a bombshell as you think it is. The real fucking investigation is going to be conducted on like the underage women that Matt Gaetz... I mean, he's 39, dude. Like, if she was 18, still a creep in my book. Okay, well, you don't go to jail for being creepy. I don't give a fuck that he was creepy. He's Matt Gaetz. Of course he's fucking creepy. Look at him. Look at his face. Gaetz' office did not respond to the request for comment. Huh, I wonder why. Gaetz' office did not respond after repeated calls and messages to Zelanka over the last few weeks. Her attorney told Daily Beast she's not speaking to any media outlet. Federal investigators are exploring Greenberg's alleged role as the congressman's go-to contact for arranging paid sexual encounters, according to 3 sources with direct knowledge of the probe. Greenberg is slated to plead guilty on Monday, 6 felonies, and is expected to cooperate as a witness against his former friend. Zelanka, who's an amateur fashion model and the communications director for the American Medical Marijuana Physicians Association, received $4,000 on Venmo from Greenberg during his first year in office, mostly in $500 installments. I wonder what they were doing. Greenberg, who is married, listed various explanations for why he paid Zelenko. Stuff, another 500 for other stuff, 1,000 for pool. On a single day in November, he paid her 500 for food and another 500 for appetizers. But Zelenko's interaction, the hilarity is like my Venmo payments literally read out like I'm fucking all of my friends because it's always like blowjob, 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 blowjob as a joke. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are like knowing full well, because I know it's fucking public, you know what I mean? So I just like fuck around. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers are like literally doing blowjobs and writing stuff. Why do it over Venmo, you idiot? $500 apps, right, as a joke. Yeah, dude, I'm having sex with prostitutes for $25. Like, you look through my Venmo payments, it's like $25 blowjob. Wow, this is a cheap ass blowjob, dude. This motherfucker's getting bargains out here, dude. God damn, dude. If there was fucking, first of all, if I could be copping blowjobs for $25, like, I mean, I would fucking absolutely take that. Are you kidding me? What an incredible deal, dude. What an absolutely incredible deal for a blowjob. What the fuck? Ohio blowjob prices in LA? Groupon blowjob. I mean, they aren't going to be good ones, but you can find them. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it has to be. If it's not going to get $25 blowjobs, he'd never be on Twitch. Stop the cab, you could get it for free. I don't know about that, man. His brother's starving, okay? This is the greatest deal that's ever been done. Many people are saying this. $25 for a blowjob. No better deal, folks. Anyway. Zelenko's firm received 3,500 installments. Totally a no-show job. There's no work product, no evidence work was done. It's just unjustifiable. I mean, you gotta at some point respect these dudes for like actually overpaying their prostitutes. Like, I mean, you guys want to be woke and you say sex work is work, and then here you are criticizing a politician actually overpaying their escorts, dude. The problem is, of course, is taxpayer money. And but beyond that, like, I don't give a fuck that people are banging prostitutes, dude. Who gives a shit? I said the same thing about fucking Donald Trump too, by the way. The problem is, like, the issue I take with Donald Trump is the non-consensual acts that he takes against women, not the consensual transactional acts of sex. I don't really give a shit. What is this? The AOC perspective from the male slot. That's funny. So Zelenko had a no-show. Good for her. You know, we love, folks, we love an industrious woman, okay? We do. What do you mean overpay? You have to fuck Matt Gaetz? Yeah, that's true. And the cheating part. Oh, yeah, that's bad too. Obviously, that's like actually bad. Oh my God. Oh, dude. Oh my God. She's fucking hot, dude. She's really attractive. God damn, he hit that, dude. What the fuck? Oh, shit. Okay, let's move on from this story. Zalanka had signed her marketing contract weeks before the encounter, and financial records show that Greenberg paid for a flight to Tallahassee with Seminole County taxpayer money around that time. American Medical Marijuana Physicians Association. What? Y'all mad I called Tallahassee, dude? That's what it is. I know you're not surprised it's Tally. Oh, absolutely not surprised. Anyway. Investigators of the Justice Department's Public Integrity Division are now examining Gates' interactions with young women and the cannabis industry contacts. As a part of the probe, whether Gates was provided with sex from escorts in exchange for political favors. Ooh, that's unacceptable. What is this? Height 5'9", chest 32, cup size A, waist 24, hips 34, dress size USA 24, shirt small, shoe size 8.5, hair color blonde, eye color blue-green. What? As an FSU student, it is in fact Tallahassee. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, the sprawling criminal inquiry that originated Greenberg has since morphed into an investigation into Gates' role in an alleged prostitution ring that includes potential sex crimes with a 17-year-old girl. That's the problem. Okay? That's the actual fucking shit that is unacceptable and gross and will inshallah land Matt Gaetz in jail. It's actually a man that donated $5. Says, now my boyfriend and I watched your stream yesterday and he said breaking news. And then he proposed. Thank you for being a part of our special night. Aw, that's wonderful. That's awesome. Congratulations. Weird flex. But okay. Imagine having sex, dude. Imagine solidifying a bond that you have with another individual that you love and get into a larger commitment. Fuck, dude. It's a fucking flex right there. Proposing while watching a Hasanabi stream? Oh, it's cute. They said the same thing in Will's chat? Wait, really? Wow. Nathan B says, hey, Hassan, apparently, with the 420 dono, I'm going to read it out loud because it's funny. Wait, I'm going to turn on TTS. Apparently, you can't chat an opinion different than yours in chat because you get banned by mods. So he's here to fucking donate. He says, power to Israel, power to IDF, make Israel safe, stop attacking Israelis, stop the rockets, kill all terrorists, destroy Hamas, stop anti-Semitism. Thanks, man. Here, I read it out loud for you. I wonder why they got banned. It probably wasn't that. I wonder what the fuck they said, though. It definitely wasn't that got them banned. Literally that? Oh, okay. You don't have to ban him for that. Calm down real quick. Think about $25 blowjobs, huh? All right. Who has the up and coming? I'm looking for the next 90-day react say. Israel is only striking Hamas targets in Gaza and civilians get phone calls alerting them. Why did Hamas in the first place would fire rockets with purpose to hit civilian targets? Why the hell was I chat banned for voicing an opinion different than Hasanabi's? You never put yourself in Israeli shoes and unconditionally supporting the actions of Hamas and Palestinian mobs who actually doing pogroms for the past few weeks in Israeli cities, blocking roads, attacking Jews, burning cars.
But obviously, I just want to get your permission first.
Fucking not even true,
Thanks
dude.
for everything.
Power to Israel, power to IDF, kill all terrorists, destroy Hamas, stop the rockets, stop the pogroms. I think they probably banned him because they assume that you think all fucking Palestinians are terrorists.
Guy Malin Brown? Malin Brown balls in your mouth.
Here, I'm banned. There you go. You've banned for less. I ban people all the fucking time. If you don't like it, you can get the fuck out, bitch. At least I'm not trapping you into an open air prison. How about that?
I've never done this before. Does it really work? Wow, that's amazing, Imahay Simp.
Do we have another? Yeah, love it or leave it, brother. Look, if you like reactionary, nationalist, fucking authoritarian attitudes, and if you're going to come in here and defend it, then I'll give you a piece of that myself. You can experience not even a fraction of what the people are subjected to, but no, I've already seen the new donkey video. Do we not have a new 90-day, boys? What's going on?
It's free real estate. Hey, chat.
I reposted the findings of casualties in Israeli. I know said, yeah, because we invested in our defense. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, the other, I have some people that are like fucking DMing me from the Statista thing being like, yeah, all those people died because Hamas is using them as meat shields.
From before.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, invaded Gaza to fucking kill all the meat shields.
When are you going to talk about Israel-Palestine? Six months Pog 19 time?
He banned someone yesterday about Quora discourse? No, I didn't actually ban that person. I said I would, but I didn't ban them.
Hey Hathan, I hope your stream goes well. I've been watching Ben Shapiro. Wow.
The irony is, like, people will be like, why doesn't Palestine or why doesn't Hamas fucking invest in their defense,
It's
right?
A shame that I have to come
but then
to
they
Just Chatting
simultaneously
Twitch channel
say
to get some
it's
honest,
actually
unbiased
defense
dialogue,
when
even though
Israel is
Twitch chat
acting
is
in
special. Many of
an
us appreciate
offensive
what you're
maneuver.
doing.
So technically, then Hamas's rocket fire into Israel is also a defensive maneuver then, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
I like hummus, it is tasty with pitta. Free hummus.
Pitta. It is tasty with pitta. How's the second trip treating you?
There is
Really
an
good,
action for
actually.
Palestine tomorrow in Philadelphia at 4 p.m. in Rittenhouse Square.
Really, really good. Okay, none of the fucking 90-day clippers are in here right now. I know that there's like 100 fucking 90-day episodes that were clipped ahead of time, but I don't know. All right, let's see, Kuro, what do you got for us? Oh, the Russ and Paolo one? I don't want to watch that. We already started that, and then we would have to get into it halfway through. I think that one's burned. Yeah, also, imagine thinking that, like, Israel would ever allow Hamas to fucking build, like, a comparable Iron Dome, like, missile defense system when Israel literally controls every fucking... Israel literally controls everything that goes in and out of Gaza. Dude, come on, dude.
It's myth better than Ben Shapiro.
Like, it's wild to fucking... It's wild. It's just absolutely wild when you consider...
Pogo.
Like, Israel literally fucking burns down water supplies for Palestinians, you think they're gonna let them fucking build defense systems?
Sorry, but Ajan? Forged in fire when? Pogo.
All right, we'll start with this.
Just unrealistic to have your hand in front and try to shoot under it.
Champion Gunslinger rates 10 quick draw scenes in movies and TV shows. How real is it? Fuck yeah. All right, this is good.
You hetero simp Pogo.
You might shoot your arm off. Hi, I'm Nicole Franks. I am the Women's World Fast Draw Champion.
God damn.
I'm from Langley, British Columbia, Canada. I also have 50 world records, 12 world championships,
Holy
and
shit.
over 50 major championship wins. And today I'll be rating fast draw clips for movies. In this scene, there's a lot of staring going on. And actually, I do this. I go to my target and I just stare it up and I go, when you squint your eye.
God damn, didn't know Canadians were, didn't know there were patriotic Canadians out there, brother. What the fuck?
Year of school, you helped a lot,
I thought Canadians were pussies, god damn it. Didn't realize there were some real patriotic Canadians out there, brother. What is this? Eric and Leda, I'm fucking down. We can watch that shit. I forgot. I didn't realize that, like,
this episode.
I didn't realize that there were, this is what they meant when they said K-Kona Canadians. Canadian K-Kona.
Okay. You typically are locking in on your target and you're just trying to take out any peripheral vision in your shooting. A blink of an eye is actually 0.26 roughly, and that is my fastest world record. So when they say blink of an eye, there's a reason to that. Clint Eastwood doesn't have a lot of body movement. He's very straight up and down, but you can tell that he actually has shot before because his wrists are very firm. So when he grabs the gun, he just grabs the gun and he just sort of locks it right in. And he does shoot out a little bit more than I would shoot, but he does have just a complete arm movement. It's just super smooth. There's actually a lot of cutout in his holster. So two different style of holsters back in the day. Some holsters, the leather would go all the way up to the top. This would make it a lot harder because you would have to pull out a lot further to clear the leather. Where he has the leather almost all cut out for him, that gives you a lot more room to already start rotating the gun back quicker and get it out. In this scene, you'll see Angel Eyes has his holster position more so to the left of his body. The reason why people would have this is most of the time it's horseback riders. They would keep it on the left-hand side and they would hold the reins with the other. And then anytime an intruder or something happens, they have the option of grabbing their gun and shooting. When you have it over to the side of the hip, the gun can actually fall out of the holster a lot more. It was just straight, it was just firm, and it was a lock draw. So I would give him about an 8. There's nothing pizzazz about it though. In this scene, Jamie Foxx starts off with his hand off. It's the Old West style. They would intimidate and move their fingers to make people think they were going to draw ahead of time. Well, some people believe that hands off is slower than hands on. I personally don't believe that. If I have hands off, I have a little bit more of a kick than if I'm just going and grabbing the gun. It's a little bit more of a versus just like a wrist flick. It's just personal preference. He actually has his holster a little bit far back, and he's pulling it out so far back that he sort of stumbles this little bit in order to get his gun to go forward and shoot. If he had his gun where I have it more forward, it would come out a lot easier. Jamie Foxx was thumbing. You can't just pull the trigger and fire. So you're thumbing the gun by pulling the hammer back, then you pull the trigger and that fires it. He was bringing the gun very up and down and then really far out, which would be good for accuracy, and he is doing point shooting, so it works for this scene. Oh. In the second clip, Jamie Foxx is actually fanning. So he is grabbing the gun and he's using his opposite hand and he's fanning the gun, which actually is much quicker because you can hold down the trigger and use your opposing hand to fan the gun, and that would make it quicker versus thumbing each one back individually. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He is doing it right, but the gun is obviously quite heavy for him because he's aiming downwards. See that little bit of weak wrist snap? He's not shooting level, he's shooting down. That might be because he can get down on the hammer easier versus going straight across. So the gun that Jamie Foxx is using is a thumbing gun. When it's a thumbing gun, the hammer is back further. So you actually have to come down on the gun. If he had a fanning gun with the hammer forward, it'd be a lot easier to fan. You could actually go straight across. So I typically use this part of my finger, which is my middle finger, and come down. Instead of Jamie Foxx is using his whole hand, you can get your soft tissues, get caught, pinch in the gun, versus if you just have one clean sweep with my one finger here, it can go back a lot easier. I mean, the last shot was bomb. He did it in the old Western style, but the way he was doing it was pretty decent. I would definitely give him like at least a 7 out of 10.
What else you got for me? Huh?
So
Wait, did she do fast draw with like non-revolvers too?
Yee.
Can you?
Tom Cruise is obviously not using
This was a pretty good movie.
a revolver, but his stance is actually very similar to what I would be doing in fast draw. His legs are over shoulder width apart. He has his right
Thanks, Dono. Thanks, It Me Cordy B.
foot forward and bent, and when he shoots, he's actually bringing his arm back and pinched in, which is very similar to me. He had his arm out, he grabs, he comes in, and he shoots, and then he does the typical 9mm, I guess, style of shooting out forward for his second opponent. He does have his hips thrusted forward. He actually bringing it into his side and locking the gun. So it's actually a very smooth draw. It's a little bit even more similar to my style than even those old Western clips. Like when I'm shooting, I have my 1 foot more forward, and then he goes, you know, like this. Where the old school, they're like straight up and down, and they're like, you can tell that Tom Cruise actually shoots. I personally think it was a great shot. I would actually probably give him a perfect 10 out of 10. It looks as if he may already have the gun cocked back, and then when he goes to shoot, he fires the gun and then pretends to fan. So it's actually quite bad. It's so quick that most people would never notice. He also looks a little bit sloppy when he's doing it. He's sort of like hunched forward like this, and the gun is like tipped up in the air. So it wasn't the smoothest draw by any means. So there's a huge night and day difference between the first clip of Westworld and then Jim Marsden actually practicing. He is very straight up and down still, but the third shot in that practice sequence was really impressive because he thumbs the first one and then he fans the second one. He went from being awkward to more confident with a very clean stance and clean draw. The season 1 Westworld, I probably would give that more like a 4 out of 10. It was just sloppy. There wasn't a lot of form. On the plus side, his training video, I would almost give a 9.5 out of 10. It was crisp, clean, and a lot of improvement. So in this scene, as you can see, the Mandalorian is really ready to shoot. He's sort of hovering over his gun. He's just waiting for the guy to get up. And as soon as the guy moves, he grabs his gun and he just has like a forward motion for his shot. It's quite high. The draw itself was actually quite smooth. I just really liked that the scene showed that he was waiting in anticipation for his opponent. for him shooting with such a long gun, and he does have a pretty good action. It's swift, it's going out forward, he locks it in. It's not easy to shoot a long gun because it's a lot more pull and to bring it out. The draw was actually pretty good for that style of gun and this style of shooting. 9. If you compare this to Collateral, Keanu Reeves is actually grabbing with 2 hands, almost pretty much right off the bat, where, so that's the typical shooting of a semi-automatic. So the way that Keanu Reeves does it is he's shooting off his main foot. The reason why is you can typically get more movement than when you're straight. You can't really move as much. But there is different styles of shooting. It's lead foot, opposing foot, or width is typically common. I just like that he's going with his lead foot. I just think that it makes it easier for him to pivot and turn. And it looks really clean the way he's doing it. His front forward is a pivot, so he's shooting and pivoting around. Versus having to turn like his whole body and moving both feet left and right. He can just use it as a pivot point. It looks really good. I could give him an 8. Clint Eastwood is doing a fanning style that he's grabbing the gun and he's locking it, and all he has to do is turn his body. It's always going to be level because he has it locked into his side. So he goes bang, bang, bang.
You're almost to
tilts his body up, bang. Tilts his body down, bang. The reason why you do this is just more accuracy, less flimsy wrist, less poking it all around. When I'm fanning, I actually thrust my hips forward, which gives me more of an angle of my shooting. I have my shoulder out, and it's more just a pop and lock, pop and lock. I do like that he locks it in to get his opposing targets versus using a sloppy wrist or moving his whole entire arm. So I do like that form. That is this form that I use. So a good 9 out of 10. This is like the definition of point and shoot. There's my target, there I go. People first start shooting, they actually do this, and I'm like, oh boy, like he's punching at his target, he's going as far as he can, he's like, bang, I got you. So it's basically just a beginner thing to do. When you jump forward and shoot, you have a tendency to go low because you're almost going forward. It's just a natural reaction. It's not something that I ever encourage people to do because it creates bad habits. The more you push forward, the harder it will be to draw back, because once you get into habit of doing something, it's super hard to break. He might be sort of turning to the side to get away from shots. Sometimes people will shoot
what I learned from this,
make themselves slimmer, because the more width you are.
What I learned from this video, with the exception of, obviously it's not the best time to say this, but with the exception of Han Solo Andy over here, what I learned from this video is that a lot of the Hollywood libtards know how to fucking shoot guns. You weren't even watching? Dude, come on. How many times? We do it every day, dude. We do this every day, dude. You know I'm watching on my phone in the kitchen. Oh my fucking God. Literally every day there's always motherfuckers who's like, bro, how are you watching, dude? How are you watching? Like, literally every fucking day. I can't even finish my goddamn fucking take. Yeah, I know Dirty Harry's a Republican, but what I was talking about is Tom Cruise and other libtards in Hollywood know how to fucking shoot guns, apparently.
You are, the more target for somebody shooting back at
what
you.
Is this?
And if you turn to the side, you're a little bit harder to shoot. But he's not shooting back, so I don't really know how he's shooting to the side. As a quick draw artist, I would give this a tacky 2.
Oh shit!
Can I
it was
put
all
a painting
ugly.
I made of you up in a gallery? Want
that
to
was
get
the pin
permission
that we're
first
talking about, the
before it
firing
goes up.
pin. See how his finger's almost touching it? A lot of people don't like those guns for the fact that you could catch it, but for fanning, you wouldn't want to use one with a pin, firing pin exposed, because you could actually poke your finger with it. The actual thumbing itself, the way he grabbed the hammer back and thumbed the gun, looked really, really good. But then all of a sudden it's like a split clip, and then you see him sort of like jolt up and messily trying to shoot under his arm. It's just unrealistic, especially if you're thumbing the gun to have your hand in front and try to shoot under it. You might shoot your arm off. I didn't like it. I thought it was like really messy, unsafe. I feel like he could have done it a lot better. I would say he